Good morning, y'all, and welcome back. Thanks for being here. So our time here in Rehoboth Bay has come to an end, and we're here at the Sun Outdoors Rehoboth Bay, and it was a great place for us to stay. We got to relax, we got caught up on things, and we're ready to hit the road again. But we're supposed to be going just down the road to Sun Outdoors Cape May, which is in New Jersey. When I made these plans, I said that'll be an easy travel day and an exciting one because you get to take a ferry between Rehoboth Bay and Cape May. It's called the Cape May Ferry. Well, when I got here, I started making plans on the ferry because I wanted to go check it out to make sure we could take the big rig on it. I started looking at all the rules, and you have to get a reservation. And they claim they can take 18-wheelers, but it says if you're an 18-wheeler or a big rig, you need to call and talk to the transportation lady. So I called her and talked to her, and she says, we have a max clearance of 13.6. And I said, well, I'm 13.6. Can I come? She goes, our roof is actually at 13.6. So we got to talking more about the 18-wheelers. I said, but you can take 18-wheelers and they're 13.6. She goes, we take them, but it's with a small asterisk. We have to have them air down to fit on the ferry. So you'll have to air down, plus we have to plan for you because of the tides. If it's the wrong tide, you can either get stuck on the ramp getting on or get stuck on the ramp getting off because of the tide and where the vessel is sitting compared to the ramp. So after talking to her, we decided that we're not gonna get to take the rig on the ferry. I was very excited about this being a awesome travel day where I basically just showed up to a boat, let the boat do most of the driving, and then when we got off, we'd be at our next resort. Instead, we are now having to drive almost 200 miles, 4.5 hours, almost all the way up to Philadelphia and then back down to Cape May. It went from being we're this close to we're doing the longest detour ever. Well, it's not that long. Delaware's not that big. That being said, we have to get everything packed up so we can hit the road soon. By the way, I washed my truck yesterday. You know what that means? It means it rained last night, and it was looking really good. So check out that truck right there. And the reason I'm telling you is because you know those places I always use with the brushes that I talk about you should never use? I found a place here that has a brush, but they have horsehair brushes. It was literally the best wash I've ever done at a self-serve place in my life. Like, the whole truck looked amazing. Normally when you get done, it's covered in water spots, which is because they have hard water, and it looks amazing when it's wet, but when it dries, you realize you missed half the truck. There's just streaks everywhere, and you were like, well, I thought it was clean. Apparently I only washed half the truck. I got to use the place with the horsehair brush, and when I got home and it dried off, Alicia thought I wiped it down. That's how great it looked. I think I need to find myself a horsehair brush so I can bring to those places and use my own brush on the truck when I'm washing it. Also, I was thinking the horsehair brush would do wonders on this thing. We haven't washed this thing in like 4 months. Soon, I need to do it. I'm just trying to plan it out to where I don't spend so much time doing it only for it to rain, because it seems like over here in the Northeast, it rains like every third day. Today was supposed to be 100% chance of rain, and I was dreading having to move all day long in the rain. Clearly you can see, it's a beautiful day.
So I fact checked myself.
Okay.
Earlier I told them it was like less than 100 miles.
Yeah.
But when I put the navigation in, guess how far it is to our next resort?
How far?
27 miles.
27.
Guess how many miles we're gonna drive to get there?
How many?
Almost 190.
Whoa. 27 miles we could be going?
If we would fit underneath the ferry.
Just let a little air out of
That's
the
what
tires.
she said, if you want to let the air out. She goes, but the thing is, can we make it over the ramp with the air out?
As Kevin always says, the videos will make themselves if we don't fit.
She also said the tide is a big deal too, because you get stuck on the ferry.
Oh
like getting on or getting off. Like if you're on and you can't get off, you're stuck until the tide comes back up.
Yeah.
So you just keep making trips until you can finally get back off.
Oh my goodness. so we're going.
I actually thought we were gonna make an epic video of us letting someone else drive while we filmed on a boat. And now we have to go almost all the way to Philadelphia and come back down.
Oh my gosh.
It's like 190 miles to go 27.
That's so
From
awesome.
one Sun Outdoors to another.
Big rig problems.
I almost went to the wrong Sun Outdoors in Cape May.
Uh-oh, why?
Because I called them and then she was like, you don't have a reservation here. And I was like, I do.
Uh-huh.
Here it is. And I read her out the information. She goes, yeah, that's the one down the road.
Uh-oh.
Didn't change the driving directions, but I was really confused as to why they were telling me one thing, but the map didn't make sense to what they were saying.
So there's two right near each other.
Within a mile.
So make sure you're booking the right one if you're booking Cape May.
If you're booking Sun Outdoors, don't just type in Sun Outdoors and select the first one because you may be at the wrong one.
So here we go. Bob, you are so excited today.
I'm ready to get out of here.
Ready to leave this place.
I heard we're going to the beach.
Girls, Kaden, are y'all ready for a train horn?
Yeah. Sleepy.
Say bye-bye, Delaware.
Bye-bye, Delaware.
You had a great pool.
We had a pool.
Yep, now it's on to Cape May, New Jersey.
Jazzy. Jazzy.
Is this our Jersey accent?
I'm trying. I'm sure people aren't gonna like it.
There's a truck.
It's better than my Boston one. My Boston one's downright atrocious. Going to the market to get some lobster. That's how I think they sound. I think everyone from
You're driving in your car.
in your car, we're gonna park the car at the market. Sorry.
It's actually a cool accent.
I think that's why we like it.
Not when we do it, but when they talk it is. All right, it is choo-choo train time. Here we go. Choo-choo. Woohoo! Ashlyn is officially unimpressed with our train horn.
She's a three-nager.
Yes. No, she's a five.
See, does it sound right when you say five-nager? Me before we came here, what would it look like in Delaware? Whatever I said would have been wrong. They have chicken farms, they have regular farms, they log here, they got trees everywhere. They're basically a Buc-ee's and a Whataburger away from being Texas.
I know, right?
East Texas at that. Like, I never would have guessed that this is what Delaware would be like. And then when you get to the beach, it might as well be Florida.
Exactly. It's very interesting.
I don't know what I was expecting. I guess I was expecting like Atlantic sea town with rocks. I mean, the wind does blow a lot.
Yeah.
And it rains a lot too. I'm pretty sure like it just rains every day here. But look how green it is.
I know. It's pretty awesome here. Definitely feels like Texas.
What did you think Delaware was going to be like?
Like a Cape Town, like a
Exactly. I felt like it's going to be like an Atlantic coast, like fishing town.
Yeah, like everything was just on the beaches. I didn't know they had all this extra land. I mean, it's a small state, so.
I mean, I know they farm up north, but honestly, I'm not going to lie. Like, before we started this trip, where I thought Delaware was and where it really is, two different things. I think I get Delaware and Rhode Island confused.
When we put our sticker on, I bet I still can't tell you where it is. And I even have hints because we're like going up the track. So we'll see if I know before we ask the kids.
The truck took almost 50 miles of driving before it finally said, fine, I guess you're not going to the ferry. Go this way.
You're not taking the 27-mile route. Go the 197 miles. Fine.
You know, the biggest thing about driving over here so far that I noticed is that like when we were out west or even in Texas, like I have like maybe like a small collection of turns, like from the RV park back to the first interstate. So I only have like a few turns to navigate and then I'm on interstate. And then once I'm on the interstate, I might change the interstate 2 or 3 times. And then I exit the interstate and I have a few turns and I'm at my new campground. On the East Coast over here, it seems like I am constantly jumping back and forth, back and forth.
One little road to the next.
Well, I'm on an interstate right now, and Up here, I have to make 4 or 5 interstate exchanges to get back to where we're going. And even then, there's not just one road that goes all the way to where we're going.
Right.
It's like 5 or 6 roads in New Jersey we have to make changes on. That's what's different about here. Is like every night I have to study the travel plans, because it's not just, oh, get on one road, drive, get off that road, you're there. It's a lot of interchanges, and plus the trucking app has like 4 or 5 different ways to go, so you have options, and then you have to make decisions on the fly, because sometimes you'll be like, I don't think I should go down that road. That road looks a little low. Because here they're just like Florida. They trim those trees right at 13.6.
Yep, and then it rains, and so they get lower. And
they get real droopy.
It gets a little scary.
We've been driving this whole time, and the truck kept telling me to go to the ferry.
Right.
It finally changed to go up and around and come back down. Before, it said we would get to the new campground at 2:30.
Uh-huh.
Now that it's changed over to doing the 150 extra miles,
Yeah.
it's only 250.
Okay.
So it's only 20 minutes longer to go 190 miles versus 27.
That's crazy.
They told me that you have to wait at the ferry, and it's an hour and 10-minute ferry, but there's boarding and unboarding, and there's staging areas you have to wait in. So who knows? We could actually be faster by going this way, even though everybody says it's perfect, but you have to plan it out and you have to be there on time.
So when you're on the ferry, are you able to get out of your car?
Yeah, they said you can get out and walk around, do everything.
Oh, okay. Because I was thinking.
Yeah, you don't have to sit in your
an
car.
hour and 10 minutes on sitting in a car would be so boring.
It's about to get real fun. We got an 18-wheeler that wants to pass me right now on the bridge.
Oh gosh. There's not a shoulder.
There is not, and he's got a rental truck, so he don't care. Oh, he's a Penske driver.
Oh Lord.
He checked up, but he's still coming.
Oh my God.
Here he goes. You know what you do? You just hold your breath and look straight. Don't look at him. Just look at the lines,
Oh gosh.
and hopefully
Yeah,
he
don't
gets
look
by
at him.
you
Oh Lord.
without making any poor
my
choices.
Gosh.
He just had to get around us, and the dump truck too.
Oh my. Oh,
Hey, guess what?
look how close he is to that side over there.
Guess what?
What?
There was a sign back there that said clearly all big rigs need to be in the
Stay
right
to
lane.
the right, yeah.
And look at these. There's big rigs on both lanes over
Oh
here.
my gosh, this is an accident waiting to happen. You can give them a few more feet if you want. So when they decide to touch trucks.
Well, I'm just trying to stay ahead of the next one that wants to
Oh
pass me.
yeah.
Technically, I think we're in New Jersey right now. I haven't seen the sign yet,
Oh really?
but this is the Delaware River.
Oh.
So,
Maybe after
coming
the
up, there's a
river?
line right there.
Let's see if we get welcome to New Jersey.
Welcome to Jersey. Yep, there's mile 00.
Okay. Oh look,
There it
I
is.
saw
It was on the
same
road.
line, yeah. Oh my goodness, I do not like this.
Me either.
This is too much.
Look, finally, they'll get over.
Come on, you get over too, friend.
He's in a rental. He don't care.
Well, there's a car going slow. He's
It's
not gonna get
it's a
around.
Prius. I didn't make it. I didn't make it up. The car really is a Prius, and he can barely drive.
It is a Prius. Y'all can see it right up there.
Welcome to New Jersey, and this rest area that we had no plans of stopping at. So, what's going on up here?
I guess we've been on some bumpy roads, in case you didn't know.
Look at Jersey. Jersey done walked the bed out of the bed.
Things just got real fast.
You want to tell them what happened?
So we were going to a truck stop, so we thought, and the road was closed. It was a little scary.
So there was 2 truck stops. There was the first one, which is very small and didn't like a lot of place for parking, and then there was a second one, which is huge. It should have been the telltale sign when all the trucks were going to the small one, because we went right past that one and ran into a road closed sign with only one option that we didn't know where that road led to.
Yeah, he was like, we're not gonna go to this one. This one's small. We're gonna go up to the next one. And we drove like 20 or 30 feet, and he said, uh-oh. We were coming up to the road closed sign, so it was no good.
So I put it in park, turned the flashers on, because I have 2 choices. Figure out where I am, and can I go on this only available path, which is to the right, an unknown road. We thought about doing the impossible, which was to block traffic and back up into the intersection and make the left to go into the truck stop where all the other trucks were going.
Yeah, that just, the more we looked at it, there was a whole lot going on at that intersection. People were making left turns, right turns. They were coming from all the directions. So I think if we had had like 2 adults in the car to spot for you, we would have been okay. But me by myself, I didn't feel comfortable with that option. So he went on the little maps and found a safe route, thank goodness.
The intersection was a 5-way intersection, and all the trucks were using it to get to the one available truck stop. So without them being nice or helping us out, there's no way we would pull this off without having like an even worse situation.
Yeah, it was not gonna be good if I had to lead all that. Plus you were gonna be in a high stress situation, and I think you just try to avoid those. And if that means we have to drive a little extra to stay safe, then that's okay with me.
Since we had nowhere to go except for a ride and we were parked in front of the barricade, I got the old app out and found out I could take the road it was letting me go on, and it brought me to this toll road over here, which I was trying to avoid because it takes us further away from where we're trying to go. But conveniently, the first exit was a rest area.
Yes, gave us time to get here, settle down, regroup.
Good news is, pull the old trucking app out and it's gonna add time, but there's 2 options now going this way that get us back to where we were supposed to be.
Good.
It's just gonna add a little bit of time.
Let's hope if there's any road closed signs this time, they actually put a sign out before you get to the road that's actually closed. Because we didn't have any signage on that last one.
Yeah, New Jersey, if you're gonna close a road, let people know before they get there. You know, like, hey, by the way you probably wanna go, you're not going there.
Yeah, that would be the smart thing to do. I'm glad it didn't put us in a bad situation.
Back on the road in the rain on our unapproved or unplanned detour.
The rain always shows up.
It always shows up.
Never fails.
Our detour led us on this back road, and who knew that New Jersey had so many farms as well? Look, a John Deere dealership.
We've already seen a grass farm.
Hay farms, dairy farms.
farm.
We see all kinds of Peterbilts hauling grain right now. Like, again, I did not realize there was this many farms in this part of the country.
Look, it's all farmland.
I just sort of thought like Atlantic City and, you know, Jersey Shore. Because in Texas, all we know about New Jersey is the MTV show Jersey Shore.
Right.
I figured it was always boardwalks and seaside cities and no farming.
Yeah, definitely did not know about farming.
This is what I talked about.
This feels so tight.
We're gonna talk about this. These are full-timers that never leave.
Oh.
We're back here in the back where it's actually a camping resort.
How did they get them in there so tight?
Well,
That's like a non-existent road. That's so tiny.
well, some of those were probably put there a long time ago.
Look at these though. How fun. If you were full-time down here.
Our little detour by messing up at the closed road cost us an hour.
Okay.
We're still here at 4.
Yeah, no big deal.
Plenty of time to set up before it gets dark. Man, too bad this place don't have a playground.
Too bad there's no playground.
There is.
Where?
Right there.
Where's the playground?
Too
I don't see it.
bad there's no pool either. You'll miss the pool over there. There's our welcome center.
So good news, bad news.
What?
Good news, we're not far from the playground. Bad news, the pool's not open yet
Oh.
because they're not heated.
Oh.
So they're not open.
Okay.
And they don't have a hot tub.
No hot tub.
But they have a fishing pond and a whole bunch of things back here. We're over there somewhere.
This is awesome. This looks way more spread
We're
out.
over there somewhere.
Over there somewhere. This is huge.
In those woods. She said Memorial Day is when most things open.
Not in
I cannot
season.
wait until we get somewhere from Memorial Day and they're like,
Oh my
we're not open yet either.
Sorry. We actually open June 15th.
Yeah, because we keep going north, so we keep getting ahead of the opening date. We have a pull through.
It's definitely chilly up
Pull
here.
through. So there's
That's
a.
good.
I mean, you want to back it in?
You want me to drive it through? I can drive it through for you.
We all know that even on the pull throughs, we have to back up still. moves it close. If there would have been somebody in that spot, I mean,
Yeah, you don't have to move.
probably gonna be a tree in some super inconvenient spot.
Hey, at least they look trimmed.
Oh yeah, this will be, oh, and we got easy out too. All I gotta do is watch this one tree, and I'm not gonna hit it, because I can swing over and cheat a little bit. Oh yeah, look at this. I may not even have to back up. Oh, it's another one of those points where we're gonna be at the back of the site.
Yeah.
Man, look how huge this thing is. I lied. We're gonna have to back up to straighten it up. And to figure out where we're gonna park. I mean, look at this. We could lay down like 4 back doors here.
Right. You want me to get out?
No. Oh man, that pedestal is like a mile back there.
Okay, so he's gonna get it straight for us. Did you scare me?
Did I?
Ooh.
So is this close enough for you?
Yeah, I think
Did
this
you
is
tell
good.
them why I had to move it?
No, you want to tell them?
Because Alicia wanted the steps to come down on the concrete.
Yes, I want the steps to come here, and I want to be able to walk a little bit on the concrete before we get to the steps, because it just feels like it rains a lot, and so to have a place to step off on the concrete, I think is much better.
It's not sand.
It's not sand. Okay, so we're making a little tweak. He's gonna bring the door back to the end of the concrete so that we can have all of this for the girls. And it was a little bit crooked. He's gonna get a little straighter. Okay, so now you can see. Putting the steps here. So we have all of that area for the girls. Oh, you scared me again. Made me almost drop it. Good?
Good enough.
I think it's good.
I could wiggle this all day and it would never be, one way would be right, one would be wrong. Because whenever I make this good, it's killing me what the other side looks like.
Oh yeah, don't worry about
And
that.
I'm always looking at my mirror going, it's crooked, but it's really, it's straight
Right.
where it matters.
Yeah.
So our last campground in Rehoboth Bay, when we first got there, the water pressure was amazing. And about the 3rd day, the shower got bad. So that tells me these are probably clogged up again. But I found an awesome way to find out. Because I have a QD system, it's very easy to remove the water filter from the circuit and have just straight water pressure from the pedestal to the RV. So I just unhooked the QD from that side and the QD from that side, and I plugged them together, turned the water back on, and the shower was back to amazing. So that tells me it's time to take a look at these filters. All right, so we know that these filters are likely clogged up because when we remove them from the circuit, the water flows just fine in the RV. These are supposed to last somewhere between 2 and 3 months, 60 to 90 days. We just changed these about 40 days ago. We've always managed to make it at least 2 months, pretty close to 3, but never 3 months before changing them. We went through West Virginia, North Carolina, Virginia, Maryland, and Delaware. So 40 days later, these are already acting like they're clogged up. They're not terrible, but it was significant enough to notice that the shower was pretty hard to take a shower in. So we're gonna take these out and see how bad they are after just 40 days of this East Coast water. Would you look at that? After just 40 days, these filters are shot. That one's for sure shot, and just for reference, that's what a new one looks like. This is the Tasty filter, and you have to look inside to see it's full. The bottom side is also dirty. This is a new one for reference, and you can see it's nice and white. And the high flow filter, you can see it's very dirty. This is a new one for reference. So these guys are going away. I'm gonna go ahead and install those. It looks as though the year supply I bought from Blu Technology is not going to last me a year, because I was planning on 2 to 3 months, not 1 to 2 months before using them. So I'm going to have to go online and use my link in the description below to order me up some more sets so I can make it back to Texas without running out of water filters. And if you want to save yourself some money, I suggest you go check them out. They've been really awesome, and they're very good at filtering the water
even this dirty East Coast water. I mean, we haven't had a filter go this bad, this fast since Florida. If you've been to Florida, you know what I mean. Do you want to see what water filters look like that don't work?
That one is disgusting.
That's the first one.
I remember in your video, one of them.
That one's supposed to be white too.
It's supposed to be white on the inside?
Yeah.
What's all this?
Oh, that's for dramatic effect when I threw them in the woods trying to be cool on camera. I just wanted to throw them to the side, and they went all the way in the woods and got dirty.
So let me ask him, was he cool on camera? And what is this one?
That is the high flow filter.
Yeah, that one's supposed to be white in there, I remember. I feel like we just changed these. How long was it?
40 days.
So we were in some bad water area.
I know, I said that this reminds me of Florida water.
Florida, you know, it always seems like when we get to places on the coast, like they don't have the best water. So if you don't have a Blu Technology filter, you should probably get one, because I don't think you want to drink this. That's so gross.
It looks like rust.
I'm so glad we have a water filter.
We got the water filters hooked back up. We're running it right now at 60 PSI. We're making sure they're not leaking because we don't want to be leaking at the gaskets. And now we're gonna go inside and make sure the water is back to being good again. The water pressure is perfect. And now I know that about every 30 to 40 days, the filters are probably gonna need to be changed instead of every 60 to 70 days. We're just about done setting up here. We're getting settled, and I think we're about to go exploring this RV park because we know there's a playground the girls want to play on. There is a pool, which unfortunately is going to be closed the entire time we're here. Memorial Day, come on, hurry up. I just hope that we don't go so far north by the time Memorial Day gets here that the new opening date is in June or July. So we've been driving around this place and it is huge. I'm not even sure how big it is, but I saw camp number sites up in the 500s. We didn't realize how big it was because the Google Earth map only showed the uncovered spots about where we are. There is all kinds of sites out there in those woods. And we're back here at the fishing pond. It's actually a swimming pond as well, but right now it's probably too cold. We're gonna have to explore this place more before we tell you all about it. I just wanted y'all to see this pond. I'm probably for sure gonna be fishing. It seems like the right time of year. I don't know, in Texas we're catching fish right now. I don't know when the fish start biting in New Jersey, but she says there's largemouth bass in here, so I'm gonna give it a try. Plus it looks fishy. The girls are dying to go to the playground, so we're gonna take them to the playground. We actually found 2 of them, so we have to go choose which one they wanna play in. We are glad you hung out to stay, even though we had a small mishap with our wrong turn down the road that was closed. We made it here. We love you. Thanks for hanging out with us. See you guys in the next one.